when I was studying law, there was one subject that stood out above all others: constitutional law. Why? Because it laid the foundation for so many of our rights. Without it, everything felt scattered. Trading is no different. There are 6 key principles that form the foundation of how you should approach the market. If you have been making losses, struggling to pick the right stock, or just feeling lost, these principles act like a lighthouse showing you where you might be going wrong. You've probably heard of them before, maybe even studied them once, but over time, most people forget. So today, let's refresh your memory and talk about Dow Theory by Charles Dow. Talking about the first principle, the market doesn't just move randomly, it moves in trends. There are 3 types of trends you need to know. Number 1 is the primary trend. This is like the big picture. It's the overall direction of the market that can last for years. Think of a bull market where price rises for several years, or a bear market where prices steadily fall. Then comes the secondary trend. These are counter moves within the primary trend. For example, in a bull market, you will see short-term corrections where the market dips, or in a bear market, you will see short recoveries. They usually last for a few weeks to a few months. And lastly comes the minor trend. These are the small, daily ups and downs, basically the market noise. This is where we see a lot of volatility, sideways movements, and we generalize it as a random market movement. The key rule here is that a trend remains in force until it actually reverses. For example, an uptrend means higher highs and higher lows. It only stops being an uptrend when that sequence is broken or constantly erupted, or vice versa. Now, how to use this trend? As a trader, your first step is to identify this broad market trend that you are in. If you are a long-term investor, you care more about the primary trend. If you are a swing trader, you will focus more on the secondary trend to catch those shorter opportunities. And if you are a day trader, you might use minor trends, but always with caution because they are highly volatile and full of noise. The point is, don't fight the trend. Instead, align your strategy with the larger trend. This saves you from unnecessary confusion on what to do and gives you clarity on market direction. Take the Indian stock market in 2020. The primary trend after COVID crash was an uptrend that lasted for more than 2 years. Within that, there were several secondary corrections. The market dipped for a few weeks or months, but then resumed its upward move. On a daily basis, there were countless minor fluctuations that looked scary. But if you understood the primary trend, you wouldn't panic. But how do we know if the trend we are observing is real or just noise? That's where the second principle comes in. A trend is valid only if multiple indices confirm it. In simple terms, if only one index is rising while other remain flat or decline, it does not reflect the true market sentiment. For instance, the Nifty 50 moving upward alone does not mean the entire market is bullish. To validate the trend, broader indices like Nifty Mid Cap and Nifty Small Cap must also move in the same direction. This principle ensures that the trend is not misleading but actually backed by broader participation across different segments of the market. Now, how to use this principle? When analyzing the market, don't rely on just one index. Think of it as cross-verifying the trend before acting on it. If all major indices show an upward movement, you can classify the market as bullish with confidence. If only one index rises but others stay weak, treat that with caution. It might just be temporary fluctuation or sector-specific rally. To give you an example, after the COVID crash in March 2020, all major indices rallied strongly. From April 2020 to February 2021, Nifty 50 jumped 97%, Nifty Mid Cap 100 surged 110%, and Nifty Small Cap 100 gained 88%. Since large cap, mid cap, and small caps all moved together, it was a clear signal of a broad-based bull market rather than just a narrow rally. But if you look at between January 2018 to September 2018, Nifty 50 kept making new highs, rising from around 10,500 to nearly 11,700. But on the other hand, Nifty Mid Cap 100 fell 18% and Nifty Small Cap 100 dropped 27%. Here, the strength was concentrated only in large caps while broader markets struggled. The divergence was a red flag. The rally was narrow and unsustainable soon after the market corrected sharply in 2019. Just like price movement across indices should align, volumes must also confirm the trend, and that is our third principle. Price shows the direction, but volume shows conviction. A breakout with strong volume has credibility. A breakout with no volume is just noise. How to use this principle? Whenever you are analyzing a stock or even an index, don't just look at the price chart. Check if the volume is in sync with it. Take Tata Motors in May to July 2020. After the COVID crash, the stock started moving up from 75 rupees to 130. What confirmed this uptrend was the surge in trading volumes. Buyers were genuinely entering the stock. On the days when prices dipped slightly, the volumes also dropped, which indicated that the overall uptrend was still intact. The next principle says that markets don't always move up or down in clear trends. At times, they remain sideways. That is, trading within a fixed range for an extended period. In such cases, the market isn't making new highs or lows, but instead oscillates between support and resistance level. This sideways phase is often considered a substitute for a secondary trend as it reflects a pause or consolidation before the next major move. How to use this principle? When the markets are sideways, it's important not to mistake them for a trending phase. Traders should adjust strategies accordingly. Avoid chasing momentum. Focus on range-bound strategies like buying at support level and selling at resistance level. And be patient for a breakout that signals a new trend. Take Reliance Industries between 2010 and 13. The stock largely traded between 860 to 990 without a decisive breakout. Moving on to the next principle, among the 4 key price points of trading session, open, high, low, and close, the closing price is the most important. It captures the final consensus between the buyer and the seller for the day and reflects how the market digested all the news, events, and intraday fluctuations. Unlike the open, which is influenced by overnight news, or highs and lows, which may be driven by temporary volatility, the close represents the market's final and most reliable verdict on a stock's value at the end of the session. Now, how to use this principle? Traders and analysts rely heavily on the closing price to confirm breakouts or breakdowns from key levels, validate the chart patterns, compare performances across days, and set moving averages and technical indicators, which are usually calculated on closing price. A stock reaching a resistance intraday but failing to close above it is often considered as a false breakout, while a confirmed close above the resistance indicates real strength. To give you an example, on July 25, 2017, Nifty crossed 10,000 intraday but failed to close above it, finishing at 9,964.55. That intraday move didn't count as a breakout. But the very next day, Nifty closed above 10,000 for the first time ever. That closing print confirmed the breakout. Traders could treat 10,000 as reclaimed support only after this close. Coming to the sixth and the last principle, and one of my favorite ones, is that the stock market indices discount everything that is known or unknown in the public domain. This means that price moves in anticipation of events, not just after they have happened. By the time news is fully out, the market has already factored it in. Now, how to use this last principle? As an investor, never assume that you will get an edge by reacting to the news. The market usually adjusts ahead of time. Instead, focus on studying price action and trend because they often tell the story before headlines do. To give you an example, during the Russia-Ukraine war in early 2022, global markets started correcting well before the actual invasion took place. By the time the event hit the news in full force, much of the market move had already happened. Now, these were all the 6 principles of Dow theory, but before we close this video, let's understand the things that you need to remember. Number 1, a trend continues until the structure truly breaks. Number 2, trends are valid only when all indices confirm together. Number 3, price moves need volume confirmation. Number 4, sideways phases can act as correction too. Number 5, the close is the truth, intraday is just noise. And number 6, price discounts everything. Follow it, but just don't fight it. At the end of the day, markets change, but these 6 rules never really go out of style. Think of these 6 principles as your market compass. Simple, timeless, and always pointing you back to the price. I hope you like this video. See you in the next one. Until then, happy investing.